Hey guys, this is a video about the impending economic volatility and financial collapse that is going to occur. The U.S. knows about it. The U.S. saw the downturns of the 2008 financial meltdown, and we know that the markets are increasingly volatile. We know that there's really no way to escape it, since globalization, all of us are connected at a very, very tight level. So let's say, hypothetically, the Eurozone could collapse. So, the Euro could collapse. And what I'm trying to say is, if the Euro collapses because Greece exits and then it creates a domino effect, if the Euro collapses, the world is not, there's no such thing as an isolated event. So if the Euro collapses, expect a domino effect around the world, and then expect the US to collapse, expect China, expect India. In China and India, the BRIC countries will do well, but, well, not well, but better. Brazil, Russia, India, China. But if something happens to Greece, or to Spain, or to Italy, then it'll happen to the rest of the countries in the Euro. And if it happens to those countries, it'll happen to the United States. Because we're interconnected. So if one falls, we all do. So in order to insulate ourselves from economic collapse, we must have commodities. Now, in times of economic volatility, the value of commodities increases while the value of the dollar decreases. So if we have control of commodities, we can insulate ourselves from economic collapse. So, to summarize this, the US saw the 2008 meltdown. They said, oh shit, and then they're like, damn, we're gonna have to install quantitative easing. The Federal Reserve made quantitative easing, QE1, QE2, QE3, and we're using this quantitative easing to prop up our government and to prop up our military so that we can have the resources to go out and obtain these commodities. Once we have the commodities, then the power that the U.S. has increases dramatically so that we're insulated from anything that can happen. Because if everybody's currency is completely devalued, well, you know what? We've got oil and we've got gold, and then we can turn that into currency. So it's essentially a power struggle. So if the U.S. has the commodities, the U.S. has the power, and if the U.S. has the power, then we don't have to worry about any impending financial collapse. We'll be in control when it happens. So that's the rationale behind these wars. The reason we went to war in Iraq was because Saddam Hussein he was thinking about turning his currency to something other than the dollar, the petrodollar, petroleum dollar. In Libya, Muammar Gaddafi wanted to switch his the money he traded oil in gold instead of the dollar. And if they do this, then they inhibit our purchasing power, and then they fuck with our economy. So this is all an economic, how can I say it, situation, economic perspective of things. It's not about morality. It's not about what's right or what's wrong. It's about how do we secure ourselves economically? How do we secure our government economically from volatility, from riots in the streets, from, like, you see riots in Egypt, riots in Yemen, riots in England. All these areas, we're insulating ourselves from volatility, whether it's economic or whether it's political or whether it's social. Having these commodities will give us more, not us, but the government, more power to insulate from any form of volatility. Anyway, that's my video. I hope it was informative. I know at certain points I may have looked up or looked down and not have been able to explain myself as much as I could, but it's mind-blowing. It really is. So, good luck.